into circuits. Now, the beginning of this course relies heavily on building circuits and being able to take basic measurements of those circuits. And so, primary device to do that very thing is what's known as a multimeter. Multi refers to the fact that you can, by the turn of a dial, set this dial to take various kinds of measurements. And so let's point out what a few of those are, and then we'll show you the action of them. So first off, there's this range that you see here on this side, which refers to voltage. And so we can dial amongst any of these. And when you see the little m, that refers to milli, so 200 millivolts. And those are settings, those are maximum values that can be read for those particular settings. So for instance, if I'm on 20 volts, that means that if I'm measuring a voltage source, I can measure up to 20 volts with the voltage part of the multimeter. Now, what would determine why you would want to use these various settings? Well, the general rule of thumb is as you dial down to smaller and smaller increments, what that does is that allows for a more and more precise reading. So if I have a source which is less than 200 millivolts, I can get that measurement as long as it does not exceed 200 millivolts. And so in that way you can get the most precise reading. Now true, I could turn to 2 volts and also get a reading for a source that is less than 200 millivolts, but it won't be as precise. So again, the general rule of thumb is to dial to the lowest possible setting for voltage, and in that way you can get the greatest precision. Now on the other side, you may notice that it also says volts on the other side. A different kind of symbol, a little bit of a curly Q on the top there. And what that's going to do is those are useful for measuring AC sources as opposed to DC sources. That means alternating current as opposed to direct current. So we'll be using primarily, if not exclusively, direct current sources in this case. And so voltage, the idea of voltage, we'll certainly explore that in lecture, but you can think about it as a pressure, like a battery offers a certain voltage or provides a certain pressure to push electrons and allow electricity to flow. So that's one part.